Hello, and welcome to another episode of Bored and Annoyed. I'm Jackson.
And I'm home with the movies.
And this week, with the big release coming up in the next week of Glass, we are going to be talking some M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Oh, come on. He's an exciting one to talk about. He's got a few hits and a few misses.
Yeah, we might have been counting our Shyamalan eggs a little early with the whole.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I hear it's not good.
Yeah, we made what was it? He made Creepy Grandparents, and then he made James McAvoy cross dresses sometimes.
Yep.
And we were all like, he's back.
Well, hold on though. Well, let's save it. But I've got reason to hope.
Bored and Annoyed.
And we'll start with the news.
Yeah.
First bit of news that's exciting is that Christopher McQuarrie has been tagged to do 2 more Mission Impossible movies.
Yes.
2021 and 2022. So they're filming them back to back.
Seems like it.
That's a little concerning. I don't like that in general.
I mean, Lord of the Rings turned out fine.
Yeah, but they had like something to base that on. It's like this one, you're not getting that break to go.
You're telling me with Mr. McQuarrie, the godsend to the action genre, that you're nervous?
I mean, I'm not nervous. I mean, they'll probably be good. I guess at this point with this franchise, like they know the formula, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. But
it's also interesting because it's like, there's like the thread in the last one from the one before, Rogue Nation. Yes. But in general, they're very... they're their own thing.
Yeah, they're episodic.
If you're doing like a 2-parter, that should be interesting. We'll see how that goes.
One, it's the way that you switch up the franchise, because I think most people would say that Fallout is probably the height of what you can do with a Mission Impossible.
As far as action, that's the other concern. Is like, what do you do?
And that's where I'm excited. Is that I think that they're going to finally have probably some emotional things for our boy Ian.
Okay, so more time to kind of go delve deeper into the character.
And my working theory is that this is going to be the end of at least Ian Hunt.
Ethan,
sorry.
Did I say Ian the other? You did twice.
Oh, he's just Action Man. I mean, his name is really irrelevant. But that's where I'm going with it. Is I think that it's going to be the end of him. I mean, maybe the series goes on without him.
I feel like it has to if it's still making money. Right. I don't think it's going to go away, but
who do you get to replace him?
He is that series.
Yes. And I mean, it would be cool to get a really nice send off for him, and it would be nice for him to have like an arc, it would be nice for him to go through something that either he facilitates change or he finally sacrifices himself in the ultimate sacrifice or whatever,
Do you think that he's actually going to give this up? I don't.
I mean, sometimes I wonder because he broke his leg pretty good on it. The last
but he's
one.
Like Mr. Weirdo who like takes pride in that and thinks that's like awesome.
Right. That's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if he does have
it is awesome, by the way.
He does have a Peter Pan syndrome of like, I could still do this. I can fly. Well,
and have they finished filming Edge of Tomorrow 2?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
So he's still got that. I don't know. I think this is just, the last one was gangbusters, and let's hurry up and sign him on for 2 more.
I think I would think that, except the Christopher McQuarrie thing makes like the guy seems smart enough, and that's where I'm like, well, he probably knows, and I think Tom Cruise is smart enough to know that this series can't go forever.
That's true.
At least not at the pace that it's going, because I mean, these action sequences are demanding as all hell.
Well, I just can't. I think at some point I can't imagine them topping it. I mean, you're watching this latest one and you're like, okay, you've set a precedent.
Yep.
You have to either match or exceed.
Yep.
The fight scenes, the long chase scenes, that shit.
Yeah, you've got to work in. I don't even know, because it's like motorcycle chase scene, car chase scene, hand fight scene, jumping out of a plane scene,
chasing on foot,
fighting on a fucking cliff. I mean, it's got like every staple of the genre done about as good as you can do it. So it's like, where do you go?
We'll see. I'm pumped.
I'm even thinking about like settings, and they even have like they have rooftop, they have sewers. They have like every setting.
They haven't done Volcano.
Oh,
Underwater. Have they done? I don't think they've done that.
Are we going to jump the shark and he's like fighting somebody in a volcano?
He did have an underwater scene in Rogue Nation.
Yes, he did.
I believe.
Yep. Which I think was probably
outer space.
I think that was the most boring scene in Rogue Nation.
You didn't like that scene?
It was okay.
Oh, I thought it was good.
I mean, as far as like, that was a pretty good movie. That was, I thought, the slowest action.
The best scene in that movie was the hand-to-hand combat scene, like in the opera or whatever, when he's up in the rafters fighting that guy.
I mean, in all honesty, I find Rogue Nation to be probably the most forgettable out of like the last three.
I would agree. But that's a good sign for them because it's not bad. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's just not,
Yeah. But what else do we got for news?
We got to mention that he apparently turned down DC. I don't know what movie they were offering to him, but...
I mean, the man's smart. What can I say?
Well, he's smart, and it makes me hopeful that, like, okay, he's really into doing these movies. He enjoys it. He enjoys working with Tom, apparently.
That's what really makes me think it's got to be a two-parter because they're only a year apart, and it's got to be probably, a shared story.
I do think it's a two-parter. I'm not sure if this is going to be the end for Tom.
It might, but it's for sure. I think it's all but confirmed it's a two-parter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I'm excited. I mean, and I didn't love the last one, so I'm excited because this guy has talent. You're
going to see a spectacle that, regardless of how much anyone who likes action was impressed with what they saw on screen, and I mean, you've got to imagine. The guy's good at that. So the next two movies hopefully will be good as far as that's concerned, at least.
Bring Renner back. That's what I want.
Maybe they will.
I loved their character dynamic.
Yeah.
That's what I loved. And I like the idea of it's more than just Ethan Hunt as action man in the movie. Let's see, what else do we have? What else did you have? I thought you had another big one that you were really excited. Oh, Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. Not excited about that. Don't set it up as me being excited.
Yes, you were really excited.
But it is Michael Bay again. Rebooting it again.
His production company.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he'll actually function as a producer. But they are keeping, there were two other like executive producers on the last series that they're keeping. I forget their names. It's really not important.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane. But no, in better news, could be bad, could be good. Two bits, actually. We'll start with Sopranos prequel with the dude who plays Punisher and Vera Farmiga are in it.
Okay.
I think it's a movie.
What? Okay.
I don't know if it's like an HBO movie. I didn't look too much into it, but
I think it's going to... Oh, you mean as far as like not released in theaters?
Right.
Okay.
Right. I would imagine they would release it in theaters just because I feel like it's a big enough name.
Sex and the City did well enough.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I like those two cast members, John Bernthal and Vera Farmiga. But odd. And then the other bit that's really interesting and I'm excited for, even though it could be a disaster, Coming to America 2.
Now they're straight up. They're using Eddie Murphy, right?
They're using Eddie Murphy. Yep. He's apparently back to the U.S. to find his long lost son that he didn't know about.
There it is.
So I don't know who's going to play the son, but I don't know if like Arsenio Hall and James Earl Jones are back.
This is just called Black Panther 2.
Right. Well, there you go.
I mean, because he's going to come here and it's going to be like, oh, you like Killmonger, huh? I don't know why I gave him an Asian accent there. That was completely off.
But that was a movie that like my family watched all the time.
Oh yeah.
That's probably my favorite Eddie Murphy movie. Just so many quotable lines in it. And it's one of those things though where it's like they've tried to do this with other properties.
What about The Golden Child?
Oh God,
you didn't love The Golden Child?
There's that. Trading Places was good.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't know, man.
Daddy
I don't know.
Daycare.
He hasn't. So if I'm going to look at this as an optimist, he hasn't done much.
He hasn't.
So I don't think that he's not just the kind of guy who anymore after his disasters of like Pluto Nash and like that Haunted Mansion movie.
Yep.
You haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah.
So hopefully there's something where it's actually like, a good script.
You have to hope that he hasn't like stayed in, like Mount Murphy for too long with his leather clad, suits to the point where he thinks he's hilarious. Like he's got the Kanye syndrome. You don't want that where he's like, I'm a genius and everything I say is a genius thought. You don't want that. And I'm a little concerned about that.
Right.
Because if there's one thing I could see, I could see Eddie Murphy being that kind of guy. That's what I'm concerned about. But it's trading places. It's coming to America.
Coming to America.
Oh, is that how they're going to do it?
No, I don't think so. But
well,
good for them for not doing that. By the way,
no, fuck it.
You like that?
Know what movie you're making. You're not making Citizen Kane 2.
Yeah, well, hey, I don't know. It's going to be, I hope as many people, like even John Amos is rumored to be coming back. He was Kunta Kinte and Roots. He's the wife's dad. I don't know if they're all coming back or what, but I feel like Arsenio Hall has to be there.
He should. See, that's somebody I miss.
Right.
Yeah. I miss Arsenio Hall.
He was great in the first one.
He was.
Yeah. I'm excited about that. That's all I've got fit to print other than the trailer that released.
Are you talking about the Spider-Man?
Yes.
One? Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about the Spider-Man trailer.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks funny. I mean, it looks like slapsticky kind of. They didn't really go for a dramatic, trailer as far as that is concerned. Like it's not the Avengers trailer where,
right.
Right.
It is a teaser. It's the same tone as Homecoming. That's for sure.
Right.
I wasn't like blown away. Like,
no.
I love the red and black suit though. I think that looks slick as hell.
What do you think of the, it's funny because the first monster, I don't know these elemental characters or whatever they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But the first one they showed, I was like, wait a minute.
Sandman?
No, I was thinking, it looked like the Abomination from the Hulk movie.
Oh, no, he's a sand dude.
Yeah, okay.
So, I mean, it's one of those things where...
Is that Sandman? Is that who that is?
I think they're making fans guess. Because it's like Sandman, then there's Hydro Man.
Right, there's a water one.
And then there's also a fire one, which is Molten Man.
Okay.
So it's like, ooh, are they really those guys? Or are they all, spoilers for the comics, I guess, and potentially this movie. But Mysterio creates illusions.
Oh, so they might not even be real.
Yeah, he could be pulling like a syndrome and be
okay,
like,
because my
hero.
next question to you, Mr. Comic Book Guy, was Mysterio fighting the elemental character? Yeah. So is he going to be one of these like pussy bad guys that's like actually kind of a good guy and teams up with Peter Parker or what?
I think the idea is that he's going to, for whatever reason, want to make people think he's a hero.
Okay.
And
that makes sense.
And all of this is fake. I don't know if it's going to be for money. It's always for money in the comics. They're always like, I bought this outlandish suit that probably cost millions of dollars with the technology it has in it, so that I can rob banks.
Well, and it's funny because the Spider-Man villains always have like the tragic, like, so in the end he could be.
Yes.
But I like the look of his costume.
I was going to say he looks awesome.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
He is ripped right off the comic page. And I'm like, you did the silly fishbowl. I'm so happy. But
we'll see how much he wears that, but
yeah.
But in general, like the actual look of the design of the costume looks really cool. That's exciting.
Slick, and I'm really excited for Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal in the MCU.
I'm really hoping that they do a Sinister Six movie.
Okay.
I would love to see him and Michael Keaton in a scene together. Also, that dude from Better Call Saul.
Yep.
Who's going to play the Scorpion.
Okay.
And then you've got the black dude who's probably going to play Shocker.
Okay.
So, I mean, you've got four of the six.
Oh, and you have Venom. You can always throw in. It's Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's Venom.
Hilarious.
And Woody Harrelson is Carnage.
No. It's
going to happen.
I'm red thinging my face like Men in Black.
If the sequel kills it, it's happening. Why wouldn't it?
You're not wrong. And I hate that you're not wrong. Because that movie sucks so bad.
But yeah, I mean, that's all. And the other news, I heard there's a John Wick trailer coming on Thursday.
Yes. I did want to go like the Spider-Man thing. I'm not super impressed with it because I am a little tired of everybody knows who Peter is.
Yep.
That's getting a little long.
Well, you skipped all of the dramatic tension of like, you know, even in Homecoming, it's not like they utilized that aspect of the story really at all.
Right. Yeah, they never touched on the Uncle Ben thing, and now that Aunt May has found out he's Spider-Man, they're not touching on like the drama that would cause. It looks like she's cool with
I feel like they might have backed themselves in a corner with the whole idea of like having Tony Stark like introduce Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. I mean, the thing I liked about in the comics is that Spider-Man is a loner. Even when, for the longest.
No, he's not in this at all.
No.
Yeah, he's not. That's not his character in this version.
Well, I mean, I don't mind. No, I mean, Spider-Man is a loner. Peter Parker has friends, you know.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, the way that he was brought into this thread, like the whole Civil War thing, and then his movie and Avengers, it's like, no, that's not the character as far as this is concerned.
Yeah.
Unless it's happening off screen and you never see it.
Right. Because I like that when he's alone and he has nobody to go to. Like, for the longest time, he was trying to get into the Avengers, and he's this young kid, and they're like, dude, you're so inexperienced. No, you're not going to be an Avenger.
They dealt with that for like a quarter of the movie.
Yes. But it was years in the comics.
Okay.
I mean, it was literally until like, I don't know, I want to say like 15 years ago-ish.
Well, and the thing I did like too in the first one was that the bad guy was like a burglar. It wasn't like this fucking I have to save the fucking universe movie.
Yep.
Which that is not how this one looks, but maybe, I don't know. This one looks like, oh, you're gonna have the big battle with the monsters and you know. But we'll see. I mean, it looks funny.
It looks like it'll be a good time. I'm not saying it looks bad.
No,
I'm just saying
it won't be bad.
There are things missing from the comics that I enjoy that are not in this. But Glass.
Oh yeah. It sounds like it sucks. I haven't read anything.
39%.
It's gone up since I saw it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like 30 or 20 something.
Okay.
But no, I haven't read any of the blurbs or anything. I don't even want to know why people don't like it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
You can't avoid that number.
I'm not looking at the reviews. I don't want to read them. I want to make my own decision. But the reason I bring it up is for my own vanity, because we talked about it.
Yep.
In the last episode. I'm just going to say I called it.
Here's my concern. It looks like an action movie.
Right.
It doesn't look like a suspenseful, character-driven fucking M. Night Shyamalan movie.
It looks like an action movie that doesn't have that great of action in it. Because, I mean, think about the trailer and what's an impressive, like, action
No, there isn't
shot.
any. Oh, Bruce Willis breaks the door down, or the Beast. Or
he's running like Mowgli would run.
Yeah, he looks right. You've seen it a million times. It's a good point.
So, I don't know.
Well, and the question, did he get a little bit full of himself and fast track this thing?
Yeah, like I said, we were counting our eggs a little too soon.
Yeah.
I'm concerned. Last piece of news that I found this so shocking. I am okay. So they released for Captain Marvel. They released a like trailer, like a sneak peeky thing.
Sure. Yeah. Basically a glorified trailer.
It's a glorified trailer. It's the best one they've released. It's the first one that's actually gotten me legitimately excited for the movie.
Yeah, I'm not excited for this one, but continue.
I like the band. What gets me about this movie is they finally found the angle that I think works for it, which is like a buddy cop road movie with Nick Fury and Captain Marvel. That's good. I want to see young Nick Fury, and I want to see how he interacts with her. And I like their scene in the bar together. But
I do like that Coulson or whatever is back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm loving what I'm seeing from Jude Law. Like, I'm excited for him. But the strange thing is, like, it's right behind Black Panther as far as pre-sales on Fandango.
Okay.
And now Box Office Pro is saying they're projecting it in between 140 and 160 for opening weekend.
Okay.
Which I'm like I knew that I was mildly excited for this movie.
It's all Avengers. That's all it is.
Like, I mean, is that literally all you attribute it to?
Everybody talked about, there's the post-credit scene with the Captain Marvel and blah, 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 blah.
What else do people like that say, Jackson?
I don't know, but I'm just saying. People like that, Alex?
Bro, do you even CrossFit, bro?
I'm just telling you, that's what it is.
Did you see the Avengers?
If this movie came out like before Avengers, no.
Okay.
I just don't think, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. But
well, you don't think the I'm going to piss off some people. You don't think the identity politics of it being a female superhero is going to play that big?
It's possible. Do you think Wonder Woman 2 will do this? I don't.
I think
although maybe the Aquaman $1 billion is a sign that
that's so
people
why
are
did you
excited
have to
again.
Even mention it?
I mean, I'm just saying.
It's just awful. It's just the worst news.
Is the female thing. You know, it's funny if that is the case. It is funny because it's like, okay, well, nobody was ever against this in the first place.
Right. Yeah.
Like people are excited about this. If that's it.
I mean, it's a smart thing in that you kind of rile up a base of people who are like, yes, we're fighting discrimination. And it's like, well, you're going to see a Disney movie.
Right.
Like I'm excited for a female hero. Sure. But
there's been plenty of female Disney heroes. Really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all,
Mulan.
Name another 10, Jackson. Cinderella.
I was going to say Belle,
saved.
but no, she just gets kidnapped and held hostage.
I was going to say, and Jasmine's kind of a hostage.
No, but I mean, just in general.
Saying. Yeah. I know what you're saying. I'm not going to give you a hard time about
the Wreck-It Ralph girl is kind of a hero.
She is.
I don't know her name, but
I feel like even though it's his series, like titular series,
she's more the hero.
She's more the hero. She's more competent.
Right.
And they almost get like equal billing as far as I'm concerned.
I would agree.
I actually think I might like her more as a character, if I'm honest.
Probably.
But yeah, I just find it strange. And it is weird to me, I've been thinking about like my Marvel fandom as like I've gotten older. And maybe we don't need to go into like my own like psychological.
We don't need to make this a 3-hour long.
I mean, maybe I can lay
session
down on the couch and we can really go into this. But, I was thinking like there is something to be said about, you grow up like a nerd or whatever, or you have a particular thing that you really like that's it's not popular. It's not.
And now it is popular.
And now it is popular. And you take, it's like a football thing. You take ownership of that team.
Okay.
And when they do well, but it's like, that's not healthy. Like it's not healthy for you to be so invested in a thing that you have no say in.
It's true.
It's like politics too. Like people like it's so invested in their politicians. It's like, but it's a person that's fallible.
Right. That's true.
And it's the same thing with this company. And so I've been thinking, I was like, should really just take like a back seat and just be like, if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. And if
they're
people
usually
don't like
good
it,
though.
They are. Well, and if people don't like it, that's their own thing.
It's true.
Don't get all excited because a Marvel movie made $1 billion. Like you're not going to see a cent of that.
Yeah, but it is. I don't know. It's exciting that this. Well, okay. If you don't like James Cameron's comments, it's exciting,
right?
Because these movies are getting bigger.
Yeah,
which is absolutely obscene. Because I would have guessed 10 years ago that there would be like a tapering off or a plateau or a drop off or whatever.
Agreed.
That has not happened.
It's nice because I get to see more of the thing that I like because it keeps making money.
Well, and it's like people bitch about how there's too many, then don't go to them.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean, and could you not support the shitty ones? Like Aquaman
people
and Venom?
liked it though. We think it's shitty.
Yeah. I'm going to come up with a formula that proves that a movie is shitty.
Good luck with that.
I'm going to do it.
Good luck with that. But yeah,
I think that's I don't know. You're not interested in my cycle. I get it.
No, it's actually, it makes sense. It's like I'm a Detroit Lions fan.
Right.
So this year it was good because they sucked from the beginning. So it was like, I don't really care.
Yep.
But in years where they should be winning, when they don't, I get a little bit too pissed off about it.
Absolutely. I mean, that's how I was with the Packers. I actually just wrote this season off, though, really early. Actually, this was the season I watched the least amount of football since I was, I don't know, probably 8 or 9.
I watched every excruciating moment from the Lions this year.
Ugh.
It was terrible.
I mean, I guess that's what a true fan does.
Although they did beat the Packers 31-0 to end the year.
I know. I know. I'm so glad I did not watch that game. Did Rodgers even play?
He got hurt.
Did he?
He had a concussion on the first drive.
Oh, man.
And then Matt Prater threw a touchdown pass for the Lions, which is pretty exciting. That was the best moment of the year. Terrible.
That is your Lions fandom just coming out.
Oh, we did beat the Patriots, actually.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That would be the best.
That's the one you can hang your hat on. Yeah. Like we beat
Doesn't
like a
matter.
good team.
Right.
So I wouldn't call the Packers this season a good team.
Definitely not. But we digress.
Yeah.
What did you watch this week?
I watched what's that like? There's like this new. It's like all the rage on the internet, on Instagram and shit. It's that like organizing with Marie Kondo or whatever. It's a Netflix series.
No, I don't know anything about this.
This little
one.
polite Asian lady comes in and tells you how to like organize your space.
Did you watch this?
I watched an episode.
And
I laugh. I don't watch this kind of. It's an hour-long episode. I don't watch this shit normally, but I'm watching it.
You watch the whole thing though.
I watched the
full episode.
I watched the whole thing. I don't watch it because I normally like you only get a glimpse into these people's lives, but I start getting pissed off by the people in it. Like the wife in this was just kind of like making passive-aggressive comments.
Okay.
And she's like, and my husband has really changed. And I'm like, but looked like you needed to change. He had his clothes in the kids' like playroom closet because she took both of the closets in the bedroom.
So this isn't like a Julia Child cooking show type thing. This is like a real person's house that she goes in and helps them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So she comes in and she has a translator because she's Japanese. She speaks a little English, but and they talk and she tells them how to like fix their shit. But it's so funny because she's like so like stereotypical, like super polite, formal Japanese lady who like does like a a little bit of a bow and like talks very kind of faintly and she'll kind of give you like a polite smile and a nod. And I just hate is like this wife comes up, she's like, "Oh, Marie," and like the woman's just like, "Oh, hello," and you're just like, she doesn't like you, man. Like, read the signals.
Jeez.
But I like it. I kind of like it.
It was entertaining.
It was entertaining.
It's all the rage, apparently.
It's big.
It's a Netflix show.
It's a Netflix show. It's
wow.
Yeah. It's big with women.
Okay.
So I mean,
how sexist of you. Men can like it too.
They
Alex.
can. They can. I'm just saying.
Sounds like you did.
I mean, for as far as shows like that go, I did not hate it. And I watched another Asian-based show called Kim's Convenience, which is a sitcom.
This is a Netflix.
It's you can see it on Netflix. It was a Netflix weekend for me.
Okay.
And Kim's Convenience sitcom about a immigrant family from Korea, and they own a convenience store.
And it's funny?
And it was funny. I watched like 4 episodes in a row.
Is there anyone you know in it? Or is it all just like Asian actors you've never heard of?
No, it's all Asian actors you've never heard of. And it's Canadian based, so it's even smaller.
Okay. Got it.
But yeah, writing's pretty good. The only thing is like as a white person, you're like, I'm kind of laughing at stereotypes.
But they know that.
But this is written by a Korean person. Like this is like
self-deprecating kind of.
Clearly, like somebody had a very similar experience to this.
Okay.
Because it's very specific. The father in it is fucking hilarious. Like, think delusional Red Foreman, but foreign.
Okay.
It's good. It's worth watching the first episode.
Every time I think of Red Foreman, I just think of his character in RoboCop.
Just shooting
I can't help it.
Then getting shot in the groin, or was he one of the ones who got shot in the groin?
He was at the end, so no, I don't think so.
That's right.
He was the one who came in when the one guy had hookers and played the tape and blew him up and shit. He was fucking good in that movie.
Dude's a good actor.
I know. I like him too.
I don't know why he doesn't get more work. He needs to be, who I want to see him in a movie with would be like J.K. Simmons.
Sure. Yeah.
They would, I mean, they're two Pete's.
Like a road trip buddy comedy.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. I love road trip buddy comedy.
Yeah, they're good.
Like, if you get two good actors.
There's a new one with Chevy Chase and Richard Dreyfuss that's like straight to TV or Netflix or something that I kind of want to watch just because I like both of them. But.
I heard Chevy Chase is turned into quite the dick.
Apparently he was always a prick. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, is that it?
That's it for me.
All right.
I have one more that I'll bring up later. I want to hear what you saw.
Okay, I watched. Actually, I'm going to go with the TV shows that I watched or started or whatever.
Okay.
So I got 4 episodes through this Surviving R. Kelly thing. about R. Kelly and like the pedophilia and taking advantage of like high school girls.
Yeah.
Really fucked up and disturbing.
Yep.
If like you're into that kind of thing, like the true crime type of, documentary stuff, highly suggest that one.
I saw a meme that shared how many times he got away with
it's crazy.
Somebody suing or somebody taking him to court over it. It's insane.
Well, yeah, and the way that he did this, it's so bizarre because I guess most of this stuff happened before social media was huge and shit. But nowadays, if this happened, I feel like there's no way that he would have just bounced right back.
No.
And I haven't heard anything of his in years. So clearly now he's been ostracized at least to a point.
Yeah.
But
no, I would never buy anything of his ever again.
It's crazy.
Ever.
Oh God, it gets into some really sicky shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just nuts. He would go to the mall and pick up high school girls after he was famous as shit. It's fucking crazy. But yeah. So that was interesting. I would highly suggest that, unless it takes a turn for the worst and becomes shitty in the last 2 episodes, which I doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I started the latest season of Ray Donovan, which I didn't know was on TV again until recently. It's 12 episodes in.
Yeah, Lee Schreiber.
Yeah. Great show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get into the plot because it spoils everything before that. But if you like Lee Schreiber and you like these HBO kind of gritty drama shows, it's really good.
Yep.
It's starting well again. He keeps getting nominated for Golden Globes and not winning. So he's who I'm rooting for moving forward.
What's up with that? That's going to be my new catchphrase. What's up with that?
I don't know. And I'll just say, I don't know. But he's really good. And then the latest one that had the big premiere on Sunday night was True Detective.
Yes, with Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali and Steven Dorff is his partner, who I've always liked. He was the blood god in Blade. He was the bad guy in Blade.
Oh, boy. Deacon Frost.
Yeah, he's quite a bit older looking now.
Oh, I've seen pictures of him recently. He's kind of puffed out a little bit.
But yeah, so the first season was a gritty, kind of just 2 detectives on a case, a grisly murder case, whatever. Yeah. The second one became kind of this action thing, and you had Vince Vaughn in there as the bad guy, trying to open a casino or whatever. It really fucking sucked.
Yeah.
This one feels like the first season.
Okay.
Where it's just this kind of grimy. You're uncomfortable watching it. But it is excellent. The first episode. They released 2 episodes and I was too tired to watch the second one.
Oh.
So I've only got the first one, but Mahershala Ali is in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of he's an old man telling the story.
Oh, he
plays, he's fucking amazing in everything. First of all, it's stupid how good he is.
It's really crazy to think about him and his career over the last 2-3 years. He's become one of my favorite working actors.
Yeah, and and this season's great too because I can tell that it's loosely based on this case it was the subject of a documentary called Paradise Lost about the West Memphis 3, and basically these children were taken and tortured and fucking cut up and shit and killed, and these 3 guys got sent to prison for it because they were metalheads. And they said the whole conservative religious town was looking for a scapegoat, and they said it was a satanic ritual.
Okay.
And then they got released a few years ago, but one of them was on death row months from being executed. Mm-hmm. But I can tell that that's where they're drawing from.
Okay.
So I'm very intrigued in that. And if you've never seen Paradise Lost, it is one of the best documentaries. There's 3 of them.
Okay.
And the first one is fucking amazing.
Okay.
But I'm excited about that show being back and it being good, hopefully, because it was a letdown. The first season with Woody and Matthew McConaughey was great. The second season was a disaster as far as I'm concerned. Messy, changed the tone, terrible.
Right. Oh, yeah. That leads me to my last thing.
Okay.
I watched Apostle. You brought that up last week.
And
I'm just going to give people a quick rundown. So Jackson gave this. What did you give it? A B.
I give it a B.
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 Straight B.
Yeah.
And this is, quick premise is a man goes to an island because his sister gets kidnapped. Takes place in probably, you would guess, about 1700s.
I think it's early 1900s.
Early 1900s.
Yes.
Okay, wow. Well,
it feels like olden times.
They are living back in the day then. Holy shit. But island, cult on the island. They worship a goddess. His daughter's been kidnapped, or his sister has been kidnapped.
Right.
That's the basic premise.
So he kind of tries to like hide out and infiltrate this island and find his sister.
Yes. And this is, what's the guy's name? Steven?
Dan Stevens.
Dan Stevens.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Michael Sheen.
Michael.
Yes.
My favorite character probably in the whole movie.
Yeah, I liked him a lot.
And talking about actors who are similar, I want to see a movie with him and Andy Serkis now, because he looked like Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis belongs in that movie.
Absolutely. Andy Serkis, like, I feel like they just pointed at Andy Serkis and they're like, make him look like Claw. Make him look like that guy.
Sure. I liked the other guy too. There was like the trio of the dad of the girl.
Yeah, the bald one.
I thought he was pretty good.
He was pretty monstrous.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes.
I would say you actually said that it took you a little bit to get into the movie.
I did. Yeah.
I actually liked it probably right off the bat.
Okay.
But then I actually had the opposite, where as it went along, it was doing things that bothered me.
Okay. Example.
I'm going to get
spoilers.
I'm going to give you my grade, and then I'm going to do spoiler. I'm going to give it a C.
Sure.
And I have some pet peeves. I'm getting into writing. I'm trying to become a writer. So, I'm looking at things and I'm like, okay, there are situations, and then he gets out of them because something not of his own doing gets him out of it twice.
Okay.
Like two really big situations. First one is they find out like that one of the people like is an infiltrator and not like a cult member.
Sure. Yep.
So they got like this row of people and they're like, hey, from our special Bible, read this thing. And then going down the line and everybody's keeping going with the verse. And the guy right before him happens to be like a British spy sent to kill the cult leaders just so he can get out of like...
Yeah, but I liked that though, because that gave him the whole moment of like earning their trust by jumping in front of the knife.
Right, which would have been fine, but they actually didn't use that in any way. He just like the leader comes up, shakes his hand. He's like, we'll put our blood on each other's hands.
Okay, right.
And then that was the end of that whole bit. So they didn't use it in an interesting way.
Okay.
And then when he's about to get killed, the father of the boy who gets killed comes out with the gun. And he like shoots the gun and distracts everybody.
Okay. Yep.
Which also led me to, this is a nitpick, but there was a moment where like he fights like the two guards have him like held by spears.
Yes.
And like there's this shot where it's like a straight on with them and he's in the center of the frame and it does this really weird camera thing where like the camera, it's almost like the camera was attached to them but far away and like on an invisible line or something, because it shook so much, but it shook in tandem with him. It just looked so weird.
I liked the cinematography in it a lot. Especially like the flashback scenes where the camera kind of is turning and spinning. And yeah, it's a very good looking
I was
going
to say the cinematography was maybe the best, and Dan Stevens actually had a pretty good performance. I thought his character was really interesting at the beginning because you had no idea what the hell was going on.
Right, he's like almost like a drunk, or he's an opiate addict or something. Yeah.
Yes, and I liked that. And then near the end, there were some problems that I found. Okay, he frees his sister, which, by the way, I hadn't seen his sister enough so that when she was taken out to the courtyard, I didn't know that was his sister.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, is this just that woman that came on the island?
It's possible. I just assumed. Okay. Because I'm just like, who else would it be? But I thought I knew it was her.
I mean, they showed her one time when she was kidnapped in the basket that they kidnapped her in. Because that little kid saw her.
Right. But this was like the moment where Dan Stevens saw her.
And he's freaking out But I thought he was freaking out because he was like, oh, this woman is getting tortured because I'm not going out and come. Right, exactly. But I didn't realize it until later. And then they go to that weird hut with the man who's got the
Silent Hill character, the fucking Resident Evil character.
Which, by the way, they didn't explain, which was a little like...
I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
I was like, I just want to know what the hell's up with this dude. Is he a human? Is he like her daughter or son?
He's like the fucking keeper of her.
He's a fucking gimp is what he is.
Yep. And then the goddess is fucking weird.
Yeah. Which there was the liberal part of me, and you're going to laugh at this. The liberal part of me is just like, oh, gotta demonize the old woman, huh?
Well, okay. So is she a demon? Or like no, she represents like nature.
No, I didn't mean like extent. I just.
But
mean
I see
like
what you're saying.
They made her creepy. Is the only thing I.
Well,
meant.
It was cool. There was a cool scene early in the movie where like he sees her out the window.
Yeah.
And then he goes outside and the window's like way above the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, like stuff like that was just
or when he's
bleeding into the ground and she's under the fucking floorboards. Like
that came out of nowhere, and I was like, that's pretty good. And then later on in the movie, I was like, wait. I don't remember there being like a trough underneath there. And
there is. There's like an underground tunnel system.
Yeah, but I didn't think it went underneath like that. I thought like
clearly it did.
There were some spatial issues where I didn't quite know how things worked out.
Okay, so she seems to me to be like basically like locked up in that cabin.
Yeah.
But then she's also she's her everywhere. Spirit or something is everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's what's funny about the movie is like it demands, and I haven't rewatched it yet, but like when I finished it, I'm like, oh, that kind of demands a rewatch because I feel like there's something to all of this. And they went with the let the viewer kind of interpret everything themselves angle, which I think hurts as far as like your average viewer is concerned and like getting someone emotionally invested because I wasn't emotionally invested.
Exactly.
I was just like, oh, this is interesting. How does this, you know what I'm saying?
That was one of my nitpicks was the fact that like he saves his sister and he has this speech at the end and you just don't feel it because like they haven't had any time together, which like an extra 5 to 10 minutes at the beginning of the movie, creating an emotional bond between the siblings probably would have gone a long way in helping that.
It is weird. It's like it's going too far in the like nerdy world building aspect and not far enough in the characters. And that's probably why it doesn't get an A from me because I was impressed watching and I'm like, holy shit. Like, you know, to me, this is way more intriguing. And I had just watched Bird Box.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is way better than Bird Box, but this would never, it doesn't have a star.
Right.
It doesn't appeal to, you know, let's all sit down and watch a movie crowd.
It's also very hard R.
Yes, it's very hard R. There's some torture in this.
Yes, and
the one device that the guy gets is just
and that was the other thing too. I was like, it's a little excessive with the violence. Like when they kill like the priest guy at the end, I was like, okay, now you're just being gory to be for gory's sake.
Well, the part with the daughter was fucked too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I just did not.
But that's what this is, though. Right. This is like a shocking fucking. Yeah. That's the.
It was just one of those things where I was like, I'm not a big fan of this, like to shock you with the gore.
Yep, sure.
You know. And then there were a couple other things. Oh, she's like, oh, I've been waiting for you, my child. The witch says that to him.
Sure.
And she like brain does a thing or whatever, but he was gonna burn her down anyways. So I don't know why he even needed to get the sight.
The implication kind of at the end is that he kind of like takes her place, doesn't he?
I thought so, maybe, but I was like, but if you get
this is what I'm talking about. There's something.
There's probably a meaning there, but I'm also like, yeah, but I just don't care at this. Like by the end, I was just like, I just don't care.
See, I was like the part I was liking all the shit towards the end, like everything going down. Yeah. I was like, holy shit. So, all right, now let's get to work.
Oh,
come on.
And one of my least, I mean, this is just, it's a contrivance thing for me. And this was one of the things that just bothered the hell out of me, which was he frees his sister and then he just starts talking to her he's in a dangerous situation. And he's like, I came to get you. You're going to get out of here.
That drives me nuts too.
I was like,
hurry up and run.
Yeah. There's a fucking gimp over there.
Yeah, I agree.
And a witch. What's wrong with you?
I would agree.
So
so C for you.
Yeah,
B for me. I'll stick with B. This one might move up though.
I liked I liked quite a bit. I liked the town. I liked Michael Sheen. I liked the idea. I liked the execution of the tense scenes, like when she shows up in the river of blood with him, chasing him. I was like, yeah, go.
Get the fuck out of there.
That's when you run.
Okay, here's an interesting topic too. This guy directed The Raid. So clearly he has a little bit of range because they are not, I mean, aside from being bloody and violent, they are not the same at all.
That's true. It's very true. It's very true. I will say I'm starting to learn one thing about him as a filmmaker, which he struggles a little bit with finding the emotional core for like a character.
Yeah, it's not his thing.
It's not his thing. He's more of a concept guy and a visual guy.
Right.
So
he's like a Christopher McQuarrie.
Maybe.
Mission Impossible director.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But yeah, that's it for my shit we watched. Now we're going to go into...
hold on.
Oh,
stop you right there. I had one more thing.
Oh, okay.
Well, two more, if you'll indulge me.
I will.
First, we're gonna talk about, or I'm gonna talk about the Clovehitch killer.
Yeah.
This one is Dylan McDermott.
Okay.
Independent movie, and basically the premise is that his son believes him to be this serial killer from this small town.
Right.
And it's kind of a, like, you know, one of those, the kids have a mystery to solve, but it's very dark as far as the subject matter.
Right.
Really good serial killer movie. Like, I feel like that's like a genre in itself. You've got like Silence of the Lambs, like the Zodiac, Son of Sam, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Okay.
Like, I would highly recommend it.
Okay.
Now, there are some moments where I'm taken out of it because of character logic, where it's just like, okay, that doesn't make sense. Why would you do that? Why would you act this way? Why is it a big deal? Why don't you just say this? Why don't you just do that?
Right.
But as far as like being tense, like you really don't want the dad to know that the kid thinks he's a serial killer. And it's good. I would highly recommend that one. That's a B+.
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 What was your other one?
Real quick, since we're not going to get into it on the show here, Escape Room.
Oh yeah, Escape Room.
Escape Room is kind of fun to watch.
Okay.
Also quite terrible. Terrible performances, but you are like engaged because the nature of it is, okay, they're in a room, there's clues. So you're sitting there like, okay, well, what are they going to do with that clue? And what does that mean? And you're like guessing in your head. So by its nature, it's kind of fun to watch.
Okay.
The problem is like 20 minutes left in the movie. They have to suddenly come up with oh shit, why are they in this dangerous escape room? And then it becomes about like the corporation and, you know, all that kind of shit. Like
corporation.
Well, there's I'm just going to spoilers.
Okay.
The movie gets a C-.
Oh, wow. That feels generous.
It's very generous.
I haven't even seen it. That feels generous.
But I would have given it like a C+ if I didn't have this
last
ending.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, the ending is basically there's rich people who get their rocks off watching this. Okay. So the evil rich people are like paying big money to watch these kids like go through this and die and whatever. It's just so it's just the classic thing. And the neat thing though is each character has like a tragic moment from their past. So that was kind of the idea is they're like trying we're going to get survivors this time. You know, like they're all survivors and we're going to bring them together and see who lasts.
Who's the most survivor of the survivors.
But yeah, so they had to do that and they had to set up the sequel, which I'm guessing this is going to get one. That's my guess. This is going to get one.
It's probably going to make How is my actress from Daredevil?
She's not bad. She's one of the better actresses in the movie.
She's not good.
The main character is this young girl, and I can't remember her name, but she's likable.
Okay.
There's like the funny fucking pervert character. Yeah. There's like the nerdy one who like, I play escape rooms. This is what I do.
I'm guessing he dies first. Beta male bitch boys tend to die first.
I think the nerd might.
Beta male bitch boys are the new black dude in horror movies.
Oh, well. I mean, unless you're counting LL Cool J, who got shot in the head in Halloween H2O and survived.
Yeah, but that was, how many years ago was that?
I mean, 20?
20?
Yeah,
so
we're
in a new time period, Jackson.
But yeah, no, I mean, if you like this sort of thing, it's
Right.
PG-13, which sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And real quick, had 4 teenage high school age girls sitting next to us, fucking talked the whole movie. I shushed them and they laughed. They chuckled.
Oh, dude, that's when you get a manager.
Dude, I'm not getting up and going to get a fucking man. I'm trying to watch a goddamn movie.
It's
Somebody else
escape
do
room.
it. That's true.
It's you can take.
Yeah, but the
2
problem
minutes.
is the other thing that's awkward about that is they're not going to kick him out on the first go. So if the manager comes and you're sitting right next to him, then you're like sitting next to the person. Yeah. But the point is,
You
learn some
laugh at-
fucking respect, people.
You laugh at me when I tell you to shush in
I
a
shushed.
public theater.
I will shush. Hey, I told that little Indian kid at Jungle Book to shut up. You were there for that.
You went after the parents.
Which is what you should do.
Yes, because it's not the kid's fault.
Right.
And not at that age.
And this is a tweener where it's like, they're not a kid.
Right.
They're not like a full-grown adult, but they should know.
You don't laugh at people when...
Right.
It's
rude.
a social It's a social contract. We all shook hands before we went in the movie.
Shut up. Right.
Yes.
No, I agree. But it was bad. It was the worst I've experienced in a long time. And I've shared some horror stories.
Oh.
But yeah, it was terrible. But the movie's like the kind of movie where if this was like Gladiator or something, like something must be done.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I guess my argument could be used against me in that, it's escape room. Do I really care? But at the same time,
yeah,
it's
but
like,
you're watching a movie. Like,
yeah, and I shushed you and you laughed.
Right. It was like a chuckle. Like it was like a giggle, like, oh, we just got caught. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then they were silent for about 2 minutes after that.
I will chase you until the ends of the earth to make you shush.
Immature high school age kids.
Yes.
Yeah. Ugh.
That was a Spider-Man animated series reference.
Oh, there you go. I'm sure everyone got that, including me. But anyways, yes. M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, we are into our main topic. We're playing around with formats a little bit.
Yes.
Here.
There will be a separate episode that is a review of replicas.
Yes.
So make sure and check that out. But today we are talking about M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes.
What do you want to start with here? We just kind of set this up as a general discussion. We'll start. Do you like M. Night Shyamalan?
I think at this point, I'd say probably no.
No.
I'd say no. I'd say his good films are rarer than his bad films, and his bad films are worse than his good films are good.
Okay, let me preface this by saying I never saw After Earth.
Yeah.
And I never saw The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
So those two I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I like him,
not
because I think he makes like great movies, but because like it's kind of exciting to have like, oh, it's a Shyamalan movie.
Right.
Like, okay, we're going in with a twist and shit. Like, it could be interesting, could have some sort of neat storyline, whatever.
Right.
But do I think he's like the best as far as like dialogue and,
no.
even like the framing of a scene?
No.
No.
I think he's actually quite bad with actors, which is why I think you see that the best actors in his movies tend to be just phenomenal actors in general. Sam Jackson, James McAvoy,
Mel Gibson.
Well, yeah, I get. Well, what was his Signs?
Signs.
Yeah,
one of the best ones in my opinion.
See, I'm not.
Joaquin Phoenix was in Signs.
The thing is about Signs, and I haven't seen it since I saw it in theaters, which
Okay.
kind of lets you know how I feel about it.
Okay.
But the thing is that the movie literally, and I guess maybe I was just always a dick, but this movie broke itself at the end when I was like, "You're allergic to water, and you came to a planet that's 75% water, and you're attacking people that are 70%. Like, what in the holy fuck? That is so stupid that it retroactively breaks everything in the movie for it.
No, I don't agree that it breaks everything because
for me, it broke the experience because I was like, it's dumb. It's
not dumb though, and let me tell you why.
Why is it not
because
dumb?
If you look at like the planets we found as far as like mineable resources and shit that we have found that would be useful, it's not much. So it's not like the aliens can just go to any fucking planet in any solar system and find, like hold on.
There's a counter. There's a real quick counter, which is we actually don't know the capabilities of the aliens. So we don't know if they could find another planet. Yeah, but that's not
what the movie's about. The movie's not concentrating on like their backroom discussions of their plans.
But that's you're hinging your whole point on that, which is we don't know if they can go anywhere else and get these resources. And I'm saying, but you can't use that as a point because you don't know their capabilities.
Well, maybe they've gone to 50 other places and gotten their resources.
Okay. But maybe it's stupid to go to a planet where you're allergic to 75% of it. I mean, if it rains, your citizens die? And if you're allergic to it, why don't you leave your fucking place with a freaking biosuit?
Yeah, but we're also never told that they hang around when they're done. We're not told a lot of things.
No, we're not told a lot of things.
But
you're right about that.
The point is you're taking it and you're putting this like macro view of it, like the whole fucking lore, when really the point is there's a small family and they have a cornfield. That's the movie.
Right.
So
I was
so none of that matters.
I was somewhat on board with it as
it's one of his best movies.
I would say my favorite of his is Unbreakable.
Okay. Better than The Sixth Sense. I always do this in my head too. That's why I'm asking you.
I enjoy it more. I think that the dialogue is better. I think Sam Jackson is given some great dialogue. And
it is good. Yeah. I like Unbreakable.
I think the dialogue. I think Unbreakable has his best dialogue. I think.
I don't know. The Sixth Sense was good.
It's got no. I
Especially
think
the Sixth Sense was so well fucking done.
It was, and the thing I like about the Sixth Sense is that it has the maybe the strongest emotional core out of any one of his movies.
Absolutely.
But I don't think that there's. I just think some of Sam Jackson's monologues are so incredibly good and Unbreakable.
You just brought up a good point though, like the whole emotional core thing. Yeah. I think that hurts him too at this point because like the Sixth Sense feels like a real movie. It doesn't feel like a Shyamalan. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a horror thriller.
Which gets me into my thing about him as a director in general, which is he made I feel like he made a huge mistake in hanging his hat on I'm the twist guy.
The twist guy. Yep. I would agree.
Because, now you're going in expecting it in every movie and it's diminishing returns every time.
Yeah, you're not blown away. Although he got me pretty good on that Unbreakable one. Or the Split one, I should say. The
Split one was the best he's done in a while.
But that's only because he's cheating to use something from your own.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
you're excited because it's something you liked from before.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, it's not like we found out that James McAvoy was a robot at the end.
Right.
It's not something
but
like
the Sixth Sense was like, you didn't even realize that was like a part of, you know what I'm saying? Like
that's why it works the best.
It's fucking incredible. It was the talk of the town when it came out.
For years.
Yeah.
People were still like, you haven't seen Sixth Sense?
Yes.
Oh, I won't spoil it for you.
Actually, funny segue on that. I've got a buddy I played Xbox with who hadn't had it spoiled and just saw it for the first time like 6 months ago.
Oh,
and he hadn't.
How?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
He avoided pop culture for 20 years?
You'll have to.
That's impressive.
You'll have to ask him about it
where
someday.
did he live? Alaska?
Arizona.
That explains it. Yeah. It's a dry heat.
Yeah, no, he's an old hermit out in the desert.
Yeah.
On Tatooine.
He lives in like a hollowed out cactus.
Right. But no, it's it feels like a cop out to say it's his best. Tony Collette was really good in it.
Yeah.
What's his name? The little kid. I can't even remember his name. Haley Joel.
Haley Joel
was great in it. There's some really disturbing, shocking stuff in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it has probably my most memorable twist from my career of watching movies. It was good.
Probably.
And you felt like an idiot. That's what the best part about it was because it was so fucking clear the whole time, right in front of your face.
Yeah, I don't know if I felt like an idiot. I guess I just was like, wow, that was masterfully done.
Well, it's so obvious. That's what I mean. Like, you're not an idiot. 90% of people didn't figure it out, but you're still like, holy shit. Like, if you watch it again,
it's clear as
it's
day.
a whole different movie.
Yes.
It'll never be the same as the first time you watched it.
No.
But
which is why that one is so great, and why something like The Village is not so great. Is The Village doesn't really give you much to go on to think. Now, the weirdest thing, I might have even said this on this podcast, but the weirdest thing about The Village is when I saw it in theaters, I tapped my buddy on the shoulder. I was like, they're in present time.
I had this one spoiled.
Oh, did you?
I did, yeah.
Wow.
No, but by somebody who was like, oh, it's terrible.
Oh, but I did it. I'm sorry. I did it the first 10 minutes in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the weird
It's actually
thing.
kind of a clever little ending, too. Like, knowing it was coming, I feel like saved me, because I feel like that might have been better. That one might have been better knowing it was coming. But yeah, I don't know.
I just remember the people leaving the theater were just like, I heard, like, audibly, you heard just people like, that was so dumb. That was a dumb twist. I was like, yeah, it's not great.
I kind of like it.
It was not great.
I kind of like the twist.
I just thought.
And I should preface this. I knew, I didn't know that they were present day. I knew that the monsters weren't monsters. That's what I knew.
Well, that was the thing, is like, once I magically knew that it was present day, I was like, well, of course it's not monsters.
And this goes back to a point where you know that there's a twist. Yeah. So if you do figure it out, if it clicks in your head, you're going to know that that's the twist.
Yeah. And then that's where the problem of putting your hat on that as a filmmaker is a dumb thing, because somebody has unlocked your secret sauce, as it were, for that movie. So that movie no longer works the same way and might actually be worse. And I would argue, actually, some of his movies get, like, the bad ones get worse when you know the twist.
Sure.
Like The Happening is a garbage movie.
Is there even a twist in that? It's just that the nature caused
there is no twist.
Is that the twist? That movie was that was when I went and saw that, and I was like, this is fucking terrible. Like, you kind of did me dirty with the Lady in the Water one.
I never saw that. I remember the ads, the Lady in the Water.
You know, this is okay. We're going to bridge this into kind of our expectations on
Glass.
But it's bad, but it's not like a horrible watch.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Paul Giamatti and stuff. It's fucking bizarre.
Isn't it like based on a story that he told his kids?
Yes,
or something?
It's like a fairy tale.
Yeah.
And like basically the premise is that there's this apartment complex and there's this like fairy that lives in this little pool.
Yep. And there's like a weird like hairy monster or something.
Yes. There's like these wolf. It's a weird fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's not good. I didn't hate it with all of my might.
Right.
But that was because I was still like, okay, M. Night, I still get excited. Like M. Night, blah, 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 blah. Okay, he missed a little bit on this one. Whatever.
Used up all the credit.
Had you have flipped
The Happening and that,
I would have hated Lady in the Water. The Happening was like the end.
Right.
I'm done with you. You suck.
I think that was the end for a lot of people.
Yes.
I think that was when we as a collective jumped off the Shyamalan bandwagon.
But then let's talk about his resurgence.
Yeah. His movie resurgence.
Yeah. Well, I mean I've liked them both.
You're right.
There was The Visit, which is the found footage style one with the grandkids going to visit their grandparents who they've never met.
Right.
Kind of a fun little movie, low budget. Like I said, it's a found footage thing, so maybe that'll annoy some people, but whatever. Has a neat premise, a neat twist, and I was like, oh, like this is all you need to make, man. Yeah. Just make these, okay? And then there was Split, which I also liked.
Yep.
I liked it maybe a little bit more than The Visit. Again, though, it has that Shyamalan feel to it.
Yep.
And this is my concern. Is that Glass doesn't look like it looks like something. Okay, well, we got to get the three people together and make a stupid movie. They're in a fucking psych ward, whatever.
What it looks like is Shyamalan, like you said, it's Shyamalan getting out of his wheelhouse, which is exactly what happened with Avatar.
Okay. Yep.
That movie. I mean, I don't think that you can say that you've seen Shyamalan's worst until you've seen that.
I haven't seen that, and I hear After Earth is like right behind it on the terrible
I've only
train.
I started because I wanted to see how bad it was. I started After Earth. I watched, I don't know, the first 15, 20 minutes.
I hear it's just atrocious.
It's everything that's bad about Shyamalan, which is like dour dialogue, stilted acting, everybody acting like everything that they're doing is super important. But it's not, and it's boring and it's pompous. It's all of that to like the nth degree.
Okay.
Avatar, The Last Airbender it's like, I mean, he said he made it for his kids, which is like, I think the lesson is like between Lady in the Water and that, don't make movies for your kids,
right,
Shyamalan, because clearly they aren't what drives you.
I'm sure Lady in the Water is thousands of times better than Last Airbender.
I would imagine so, but I mean, I cannot, we might actually have to do a special episode of you watching that for the first time and me reliving that fresh hell.
Is it terrible? Is it just awful. The worst thing ever?
It's awful. It starts with like this terrible crawl. All of the acting is bad. All of it. All of the character building is terrible. I mean, they shoved, literally about like a full season, maybe a full season and a half of of a story into a 2-hour movie.
Okay.
So you've shoved, I don't know, 12, 15 hours of content into 2 hours. And it's literally like, it's like a Wikipedia.
Like a Cliff Notes version?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no heart, no good acting. The action scenes are terrible. The characters are so thin. It's one of the worst things I've seen in like the last 15 years. And I saw replicas.
Yeah, we did. Hey, guys, by the way, we didn't like at replicas.
Yeah. If you like us shitting on movies,
listen to the next episode.
Yeah.
I can imagine it's terrible. I should watch it. I should watch After Earth. It is true. I broke up with Shyamalan for a while.
Oh, I'm still there.
Oh, really?
Split was a really nice date, but we're not getting back together.
Oh, see, I'm back together with him.
Nope.
He's still got his shot at me.
And this is exactly what I'm expecting from Glasses. I'm expecting hey, I took you out to a real nice fine dinner. How about some Taco Bell?
Am I going to break up with him again after Glass?
I think you're going to.
Oh, great.
And this might be the final.
Hey, if he gave me Taco Bell, that's all I want.
That's all you want?
As long as he doesn't feed me like green beans and asparagus. Oh, yeah. And cauliflower.
God forbid he give you something that's going to elongate your life.
No, I just want it to taste good. But Glass. Okay. Yeah. Expectations for Glass. So you think it's out of his wheelhouse? It's a action movie. What's wrong with it? What's broken about it?
Okay, so if I'm guessing I don't know if there's much of a hook, and I'm not sure what the message is going to be. And if it has a message, it's going to be really cliche, like we're all special, or the special people don't rule us, or something. Okay. Like you're watching that trailer, and it's like, we are not hidden. We exist. We are real.
So it's like X-Men.
Yeah, it's like X-Men. It's
okay. Here's where I'm going to go with this.
Okay.
I wouldn't have thought that the plot would be them all in a psych ward. I don't know how the movie's going to start. But I would have thought, seeing the end of Glass, I would have thought Bruce Willis is out to get this guy. This is my movie. This is what I would have done. Bruce Willis is out to get this bad guy, and Glass from like behind the glass, like in prison somehow, is like the brains to the brawn of the other bad guy, and you've set up like this, the smart guy is controlling and manipulating the fucking monster dude to attack whatever. That would have been my thought. And instead, they're all in a to me, there's nothing there.
Right.
They're all in a psych ward, and they break out, and we got to get them. That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. That's exactly all that we've been shown.
So, right, and to me, like the other story I just laid out is like it's a comic book movie.
It's a comic book movie. Yeah, I don't know what this one even is.
Right.
Part of me feels like they're trying to hide the movie, because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, well, they give us the whole that they're there, and then they break out, and then he has to stop them.
Yeah.
But they don't want to show like how the beast got caught. They don't show like how Bruce Willis ended up in there. They're hiding things. They're hiding things because I think they knew that they were. I think that they were like, well, Split was really well liked and Unbreakable was really well liked. We just have to make a trailer that lets people know that this is coming, and hide all the shit. Well,
also there's the nature of him too, where it's like, okay, you don't want the revelations to be shown.
And I'm not sure what he could do for a twist here. I mean, this is where I'm like, the fear is that it's going to be like a terrible twist. Like it was all a dream or,
oh no,
no, I'm not saying he's going to go that bad, but I'm saying as far as this series goes, it's kind of used up like the two interesting twists that I can see coming.
Well, it's just too bad because like the way that Split left off, I was pumped about a third one.
Right.
But like I said, I was like, oh, now it's going to be Bruce Willis going to get him.
Yeah.
If Mr. Glass is involved, he's going to be like some secondary, Kingpin-esque threat.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
That is not what it looks like to me. And I don't mean to be the guy that, they're not making the movie I want. But,
right.
But it doesn't look great. I'm excited to see it because.
I was trepidatious before. I was like, I'm getting a little excited. I was like, this would have gotten me back together with Shyamalan if this had been good. Because I haven't seen the Visit.
It might be good. Maybe you'll like it.
I
don't let that number get you.
In all honesty, I had the trepidation before the number even came out.
Don't worry about the number. Ignore the number. You got to ignore the number.
I still got to stick with my gut, which is I'm not impressed with the dialogue. I'm not impressed with the dialogue and I'm not impressed with the concept.
It doesn't look as bad as The Village's dialogue.
Yeah, no, The Village was just
bunch of good actors in The Village too.
Yeah. God, what was with him and getting Bryce Dallas Howard for a while?
Yeah, he had him for two, her for two. He had Joaquin for two.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, but
it's like they signed like a contract or something with him.
Hey, he's running the old studio game. Yeah. But anything else to add regarding Shyamalan or?
I mean, where do you think he goes with his career after stuff like this? I mean,
make small. That's what he should do. That's what he should do. Yeah.
Again, I mean. What kind of genres has he covered? He's covered.
He just needs to do the thriller horror genre.
No,
that's
but
all
I mean,
he should be doing.
But I mean, he's got some that are like kind of hybrids. Like Signs is sci-fi, horror,
a little
thriller.
bit. Yeah, you're
superhero horror thriller. So what else could he do? Well, like, what would you like? In all honesty, I'd like to see him do like a fantasy, like a full-on fantasy, but not like Lady in the Water.
That's what Lady. That was his fantasy, though.
Right?
He's done the
maybe
fantasy
he can't.
thing.
Maybe he can't do fantasy then. Maybe he's because that's what Avatar is.
I think he should go back and make like a clever fucking ghost story again, like something creepy and fucking interesting. I don't know.
Maybe it's a story about ghosts, but they turn out to all be alive.
I mean, Split was a good concept that he had.
It was.
Especially with the ending tacked on, that was just like, oh, that's perfect.
Yep.
That's a perfect mirror image of what you made with the last one without anyone realizing that's what you were doing.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm not done with them yet. Not done with them yet. I get too much joy. They're when they're good. When they were good, it was exciting to know a new one was coming out. Like I remember The Village had major buzz.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember. I feel like I'm forgetting a good movie of his. Is it really just Split, Unbreakable, and The Sixth Sense as far as like my own taste? I'm not. I don't
There's
think
The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs, The Village,
Lady in the Water.
No, The Lady in the Water, The Happening, After Earth, Last Airbender, The Visit, and Split.
Okay.
I think that's his filmography as far as I know.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm not missing anything. I've seen his worst.
Yeah, and to me, the best ones are clearly The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs, and Split.
Yeah. I might have to give Signs a second shot just because I haven't seen it since theaters.
It's good. I mean, as far as like the family dynamic and the whole message of him like being this uber religious preacher guy.
The other thing that I did not like about it was the fact of like, oh, he's this baseball guy and
Joaquin was.
Yeah. And he's got to save the world by batting again. And he had like a issue about batting and then the girl's always leaving glasses of water. It was just one of those like, Wow.
I liked it. It was all meant to be. Get it? Because the movie has the signs in the cornfield, but really, it's
the
signs.
Yeah. I know.
Sorry, spoilers.
I totally I spoiled the big spoiler at the end before that.
But I mean, that's all I really have to say. I think we can wrap this one up.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Enjoy the Shyamalan movie, folks.
Or don't. That's fine too. Whatever
Enjoy
you feel.
it. It's okay.
Whatever you feel like doing. I'm not gonna pigeonhole you like somebody else.
And don't forget to rate us on iTunes. Tweet us. What's your favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie? Hit us up on Instagram. All those links are on the website, boredandanoid.com. Have a good one.
Yeah, if you're still listening, have a good one.